It's Annie from White Lace Cottage. Today I'm going to talk about what paints to choose if you want to accent a piece of furniture. I recently had a subscriber ask me this question and wanted me to share a video on it. I have been downsizing my house, so I don't have any new pieces of furniture that I can share in this video and kind of walk you through it, but I'm going to talk about it, and then at the end of the video I'm going to share some pieces that I painted so you can see what I'm referring to, and I'll put a link below, maybe a couple links, we'll see, of some blog posts that I've shared on my blog, whitelacecottage.com, with piece of furniture that I've accented. So let me just say or answer this question in case you're like, what are you talking about accenting a piece of furniture? Accenting a piece of furniture, you would do that if you had a detailed piece of furniture that had intricate design on it, maybe some wood carvings or whatever, and you wanted to bring that out. You wouldn't want to, put a like just one color on it. You'd want to accent it. I'm looking at my dining room cabinet right now, and even if it's like some of the edging on a piece, you could accent that as well. So, and you can do layers of it, but maybe that's getting a little too complicated. Okay, so if you wanted to, the easiest way to highlight and accent a piece of furniture would be to either use white or an off-white color, which, off-white color would be like a white color that has a little bit of yellow, a little bit of warmth in it. So it's not like that bright white, it's kind of toned down a little bit. That would be the color that you could use on pretty much with any color. I mean, you could probably even do that with black. You could do an accent colors with that. So you would do, you would make sure that you have white or like creamy white, and you could pretty much do that with any color. Now, if you didn't want to do white and you want to add, like highlight the accents, like I'm doing like this because I'm thinking, usually around the edge of a table or something where you would accent it, or like I said, detail pieces like this frame here. I didn't accent it, I didn't accent it, but I could have used like a white here. Instead, what I did is I added just a touch of gold wax. That's another way you could accent. You could use a gold wax. So I just slightly did it. You probably can't really see it on video because it's so light, but these are the pieces. This is the detail I'm talking about here. If you have that on a piece of furniture or just the trim, even on this piece back here, I kind of lightly did a little bit of white on there. So that's what I'm talking about. If I would have painted this all one color, this detail wouldn't have really popped out. So it kind of makes it more like two-dimensional, I guess. So that's why you would use a highlighter color. So a white or creamy white. If you don't want to use that, you could take that same color. So say you painted the piece green, then I would take a white color, or you could do the creamy white color. I guess it doesn't really depend. Matter. It doesn't really depend. You want to make sure that you use more of the lighter color and less of the darker color. If you use too much of the dark color, you're going to be mixing forever to try to lighten it up. So just use more of the light color. Say you use, you don't have to measure it really. When I mix colors, I just mix it up. But I'm just saying, say you use like a tablespoon of white and a drop of the dark color, kind of like that. But use more of the light color because it's easier to darken it, but it's harder to lighten it. So use less of the dark, more of the light color. So if you wanted to use that same color but you wanted lighter, then you could do that. Mix up, use that same paint color, but just lighten it up a little bit just to do the accent pieces. If you feel like that's not enough of an accent or a lighter color, then what you could do is get a color that's similar in tone. So you'd want to find a green color that's lighter, because you always want to do, in my opinion, you always want to do accents in a lighter color. I think that it just pops better, just looks better uniformly on a piece of furniture. So then you'd want to look for a color that has at least the same color tone. So you could do another green, but you just want to make sure it's similar but just lighter. Another way that you can add accents to a piece of furniture is, and this is a project I did recently actually, I painted a piece with taupe, like a taupe color. I'm trying to think what the name of the color is. I can't think of it on the top of my head, but it's like a taupey brown. And then I accented the pieces around it with a white color, and then there was like a rope trim on it, and I did that white color as well. And then I felt like it was just too much of a difference, too much of a contrast. So I took a pearlized color, really it's just a sheer pearlized color, and I'll leave the details for this because I did a blog post, you can read about that. So I did that over the whole piece, and what that did, especially on the parts that I accented, is you could still see that it was lighter, but it softened it and blended it in better with the piece. So it just kind of just all worked well together and sent such a big contrast color. So, so that's another way you could do it. You could even use a light paint color again with, just say you wanted to accent, like if I wanted to do this, I'm going to use this because this is what I have in front of me right now, even though it's pink. We're just going to pretend it's not pink. What I could do, well, to just say, if instead of the gold, I could have painted this a white color. I could paint this white, just the details of it, and then I could have taken, if I wanted to, Muddy Pond, which is a creamy soft wax that ages a piece and gives it kind of that old look that has like that tobacco stain on it. And I like it because it's not really, really dark. So then you would just take some of that on here and rub it in or wipe it off, and then that would tone down the white so it would still look really, really pretty with this and give it an aged look. So there's so many ways that you can add accents to accent colors, not just with paint, but you can use gold, gold paste wax. You can use a dark wax and do that as well. Or you can use a lighter color in the same tone, or you can take that same color and lighten it up. So there's a lot of different ways you can do it. If you're afraid to paint on a piece and you're afraid you're going to mess it up, number one, you can always repaint it. So if you did something and you didn't like the way it came out, you can always repaint. It's not a big deal. But if you don't want to go through all that and you're like, want to paint a piece of furniture, get some scrap pieces of wood, go to Home Depot or whatever, and see if you can get some like scrap pieces of wood. Maybe they'll even give them to you for free, where they cut the wood up. Maybe they'll give them to you free, I don't know. But if you can get some scrap piece of wood and just play around with the paints that you have, play around with different colors and accents. So, take a, brown color and pair it with a white or cream, and then maybe add some dark wax to it, and then just kind of play around with it like that, just to get an idea and get used to like pairing colors together and see what you like. I've seen some really amazing colors that I've seen people use that are just like, I would have never thought of that. So, I mean, there's even more ideas on what I'm sharing with you as well. There's really cool waxes with the company that I work with. I should have pulled it out, but I'll pull it out for you now. Paint's coming in. Can you see all the paints? Yeah. This is my happy place. This is another way that you can add accents to a piece of furniture. So, say that you painted a piece blue. You painted it blue, like a really pretty bright blue. I don't really have a bright blue in there, but you could use this on there, and it would just like, oh my gosh, it would be like so amazing. Another one, or you could even do green and put this on there too, and it'll look amazing. I love it. Is white lime wax. If you put this white lime on, blah, blah, blah. If you paint, okay, here we go. Paint a piece of furniture black, okay? You painted it black, and then you put some of this on it. Oh my gosh. You could put it on the whole piece, or you could just accent it with this white lime wax. It is amazing. It's not gonna be like white. It's just gonna be like this amazing, beautiful effect. I wish I had something to share it on, but I don't. But take my word for it. Make sure that you add white lime wax to your painting supplies, because use very little of this. If you have pieces that have like little imperfections on it, this is gonna like totally like kick it up a notch. It's gonna show the imperfections, but like really cool. It's like a really neat way to kind of give a distressed look without distressing it, and it's a great way to accent. This is a must-have, and so is this oxidized patina. Love it. I used this on a statue, and I did a video on this. I used this on a statue. It really looked like it was oxidized patina. You could not even tell. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Painted a piece. I would even try this on green. I think this blue wax would look amazing on green. And I don't have my glasses on, so I have to put them on so I can read the color. This one is called Periwinkle. So this is really pretty. That's another way. So colored waxes, raspberry, pecan. Those are fun ways to add a little bit of a highlight to a piece of furniture just by using a little bit of wax and not even painting it. So there's different ways that you can add accent colors to furniture, but always make sure that even if you use those waxes, because they're sheer, they're not going to be like, they look dark in there, but once you put it on, it's going to be sheer. So if you use it on a light color, it's still going to be light. If you use it on a dark color, it's going to deepen a little bit more. But yeah, just play around is my advice. Play around with different colors and see what works for you. I always keep white, and I feel like I'm moved away from the camera. I always keep white in like a off-white or an ivory or a creamy white color on hand. So, and if you don't have yellow, like yellow white, then just add a little bit of yellow to it. If you have yellow paint, just add a little bit of yellow to it just to make it a creamy color. So I hope that helped a little bit today. I hope that I didn't like confuse you at all. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below and I'll get back to you. But I will put some links below in the comments of some of the blog posts that I've talked about different things as far as paint. And at the end of this video, I will add some photos too, so you can kind of see some different pieces that I've painted and what I've done. Probably my favorite accent is going to be like a white or an off-white. I probably use that the most. It's the safest and it's just the easiest thing to do. And you know, like I said, if it seems like it's too white, you can kick it down a notch with a little bit of dark wax or whatever, you know. I mean, I could go on and on and on and talk about this subject seriously, because there's so many things you can do with paint. You can layer it in different colors, and I don't know. So I'll have to do another video maybe on that. If you want me to talk about how to get a layered look on a piece of furniture, just let me know, and then in the comments, and then I can do a video on that. So that is it. Thank you so much. If you are subscribing, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And if you're not, please subscribe to my channel. Make sure that you hop on over to my blog at whitelacecottage.com, where I share lots of decorating tips on a budget and more painting tips and lots of other stuff. So make sure you hop on over there, subscribe to my newsletter. It's free, and I always give extra little bonuses to all my subscribers. People subscribe, you get a little bit of a bonus. Sometimes you get some more information than everybody else, and sometimes I just pop in and just give you a little free little gift or whatever. So make sure you subscribe to my newsletter at whitelacecottage.com. It's free. And follow me on Facebook and Pinterest and Google Plus and Instagram. I'm always sharing stuff on Instagram too. So thank you so much, and I will see you next time. Bye guys.